Uh, Hello, everyone. Welcome to our monthly workshop on AI, focusing on ChatGPT. And today we have three more speakers who would enlighten us on their experience with AI and sort of their work launching AI product, building AI tools, as well as using AI to enhance their marketing support, as well as their business functions. Uh, Sneha, all the speakers are there on the call. If you can switch on your cameras. So I'm Ankur. I'm the founder of Yuki and Embed AI. And Embed AI is an AI tool to add AI capabilities to your chatbot, create a chatbot based on your website or any content. And also the founder of Yuki, which is a community platform to help you set up your own community, have a direct relationship with your users as well. Introduction of the speakers, and we can move to the next slide. So today we have Yavor, Daniel, and Ilya. I hope I'm pronouncing the name well. Yavor is part of Team GPT, Daniel is part of Porsche, and Ilya is part of Kaleido. Welcome, all of you, and pleasure to have you here. And let's start the session. Yavor, are you there on the call? I'm not able to sort of.
I'm here. Hello. Hello, everyone. Thanks for the invite.
Thanks for joining in. Sneha, we can move to the next slide. So, to get started, we can have a round of a quick introduction from all of you. Ilya, you can go first, and then you were and Daniel.
I go first.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. First of all, hey guys, it's a pleasure to be here. Okay. Yeah. Besides its capacity to help with creative writing, how else can GPT be useful to streamline your?
So we can have your intro first. You can talk
okay.
about yourself, and then we can take up the talk.
Fitness nesta.
I-
Educação
Yeah.
ensinação.
Please switch off your mic for now, and so we can listen to the speakers better. Ilya, please go on.
Yeah, I'm Ilya. I am the CEO and co-founder of Kaleido. This is an AI-powered software for product managers and developers team. So basically, we are an AI product manager for developers, for the teams with a lack of management skills. Previously, I was working at Revolut. This is a banking application, and Juro. This is a DocuSign competitor. Very much big companies, and it's a pleasure to be here, as I said.
Pleasure to have you. Yavor, you can go next.
Hey again, guys. My name is Yavor. Thanks for the invite. So happy to be here. Couldn't make it for the previous episode, but now I managed to do it. So thanks once again. So I'm a software developer, and I'm also a co-founder of Team GPT. So Team GPT is a team collaboration tool which allows teams to use AI collaboratively. So it's a shared workspace where many people can enhance their teamwork using AI. And yeah, we are a very new startup. We launched 3 months ago, and we have over 5,000 users for now. So yeah, very excited to be here. Thanks.
Thanks for being here. Pleasure to host you. Daniel, if you're there, please introduce yourself. Daniel?
I think you're mute or something's wrong with your microphone.
I think you're on mute, yes. And there are more than one Daniel. I think we're not able to hear you. And please try reconnecting.
Hello.
Yes,
Okay, I'm sorry.
not a problem.
So, yeah, my name is Daniel. I'm a software engineer at Porsche Informatics, and I worked there for several years now. And I have a side project running. It's called Solar Assets. It's about an investment platform for solar power plants. Yeah.
Great. So let's get started. Let's sort of get answers on a lot of questions which the team as well as the people in the community who are excited about AI have asked. So beside the capacity of ChatGPT around writing, what can ChatGPT be used for in a business? How can it streamline your business, grow your business? So besides creative writing, what do you think are the use case of ChatGPT to enhance your business? Anyone wants to go first? I think we can start with Ilya. You can go first, and then Yuvar and Daniel.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, yes, we use ChatGPT for some creative writing, but just for a part of it. I'm not a huge fan of creating text from scratch using ChatGPT, but we have a lot of value and get a lot of value from ChatGPT when we are crafting that we already have. Besides that, I see a lot of value from ChatGPT that we get when we use it for the marketing campaigns. So I will probably share more details about how we use ChatGPT for marketing, like during the next questions. But the third part of my answer, obviously we use right now ChatGPT and OpenAI integration as a part of our business. So something that we could not do in the past without ChatGPT or OpenAI integration. Right now we do it now. So for as an example, we speed up some processes for our users, like reading some documents and looking for patterns in user feedback, like we are a product management software. Using these integrations and these new technologies and large language models at all, we managed to speed up the experience for our customers like 10 times and more. So right now as a business, like we have a lot of value from using ChatGPT and large language models at all. Yeah.
Got it. I think so. Getting right information from a exhaustive content is one of the useful capabilities of ChatGPT. And your take on this? How has your company or your experience been using ChatGPT in other streams besides writing?
Yeah, so as I said, I'm a software developer, so I keep it. I use it constantly, so I cannot code without ChatGPT. An interesting insight: Stack Overflow's traffic is now 50% less than before ChatGPT came out. So you can understand how powerful it is for coding. But yeah, we are a small team, so we have to do a lot of stuff like marketing, sales, support, and everyone has to be able to do a lot of things. So we try to utilize ChatGPT in every place possible. So we found it's very useful for an onboarding tool and internal wiki. So whenever we have a new member, they can simply talk to the AI, and the AI has all the information as context, and I don't have to answer some boring questions for the new members. We also have a lot of emails and customer requests and support, and we don't have for now a lot of dedicated support people, so we also have to do the support, and I cannot imagine doing support without ChatGPT now. So yeah, I think these are the most important things that we use ChatGPT for, and it saves, I don't know, I'm between 5 and 50 times more productive with ChatGPT. I think these are the most powerful use cases for us.
Yeah, team onboarding, as you mentioned, is an interesting use case, I guess, and maintaining an internal wiki with all the content. Daniel, you want to take what's your take on this?
Yeah, I work in a very big company and we have some strict regulations about ChatGPT. So it's really it's really not good to see if we use ChatGPT there. So they don't really like it because of the regulations.
Got it.
But in my private time, I often use it for learn new things and especially for coding. And I also like the idea to use it in support. I worked in support for some years, and I think you get often the same questions and easy to answer, but when you have new support staff, ChatGPT could also help the staff and the customer as well, like when you integrate it in a chatbot or something.
Got it.
So yeah, that's my opinion. And if you have a new company, you always put on some FAQs on your website, and sometimes imagine a more complex product. I've once searched for FAQs for a product for a company, and they had so many FAQs on their website, I couldn't find the right question. So I think ChatGPT could help them out and help everyone to get the fast answer and the right answer.
Got it.
And so I think customers get often also frustrated when they don't find the right answer, and yeah, ChatGPT would be a good option for that.
Absolutely. I think so. Product description sort of details around how to use a product, which is the extension of support, is another use case where an AI chatbot powered by ChatGPT does sort of simplify your task. Sneha, we can move to the next question. So, how can ChatGPT be harnessed to develop a marketing campaign that not only strengthens the bond between client and customers or consumers, but also leads to a remarkable growth in your business, which is 10x. So how do you sort of have an effective marketing campaign which is closer to the user and also has an impact on the business? So anyone wants to go first can go, or yeah.
So I can go first. I don't have a lot of experience in marketing, but when you want to start a business, it's necessary to know the key points of marketing. And as well, ChatGPT can be very helpful in this way. And I always use it like a tutorial, and yeah. You can let the ChatGPT write you the posts, your Instagram posts, or give you just suggestions about what you can write, and also image creation. You can create an image which is fitting to your campaign, to your marketing campaign, and yeah. Yes.
Sure. I think the social media is one of the bigger use case. We as a company, sort of both Yuki and Embed AI, we are using chat, sort of different chat as different sort of marketing channels. So we can organize a content, have a sort of all the content in one place. We are able to teach ChatGPT what is the context, and then sort of work on top of it. So we can use one chat history as one sort of marketing campaign or one channel, and then sort of that helps you to not start from scratch. Ilya, you want to go next?
Yeah, absolutely. To keep my answer practical, we use ChatGPT for marketing. Obviously, what we find really useful for us. The marketing or sales emails is the major channel of sales for us, and the response rate is a super critical number for us. So we use ChatGPT not for creating emails because they have to be really precise, because if you understand the messaging, the pain point of your potential customers, you have to be really precise. But what we find really useful, we iterate on subjects, because subjects are really important when you send like thousands and thousands emails every day. This is super important to increase the response rate. So what we do using ChatGPT, we try to find the best formula for the subject, because sometimes if you even change some words in your subject, like keeping the message the same, you will get 1 or 2% of increase of the response rate. This is super important, and like ChatGPT helps to like iterate on the subjects to find the best formula to increase the response rate. For us, this is super useful.
Gordo, right?
So versus the time you as a person or a marketing team was creating a subject to
Hello.
Hello and welcome. Please switch off your mic so we can continue the session. So I was talking about versus the previous case where a marketing person was writing the subject line and now switching to ChatGPT. What is an improvement you've seen? How much percentage, if we can quantify that?
If you're asking me, like, as I said before, I'm not a huge fan of using ChatGPT for creating some materials from scratch. This is like my personal position and the position of our company. But this helps us to find some more forms and formulas for the content. So let's say what we tend to do, we generate ideas inside the team, ideas for the marketing and for the messaging for social network. And after those ideas are found, what we do, we try to do to create some first iterations or drafts by ourselves. Yeah, and once the drafts are created, after that we try to use ChatGPT for kind of to choose the best formula, as I said, for the drafts that were already created by the team. So this is what we do at Kalido.
Please mute yourself. There's some disturbance. Got it. Yuvar, your take on this? So any sort of experience regarding marketing campaigns which are closer to users or have more conversions which are powered by ChatGPT?
Yeah, so I'm also not a marketing person, but I read some interesting techniques that people are doing, and also I saw a couple of products that use these techniques. So whoever works with customers has a lot of data or reviews or any kind of usage insights. So you can take these data and use AI to summarize it, find patterns, and extract the most important information for your customers. And using this data, then you can use AI again in order to create better copies, email campaigns, or any kind of content. So the whole process uses AI. So this is very, very powerful. Haven't tried it, to be honest, but found a few products that turn out that work very well for many people. A lot of Amazon guys do this for products. But yeah, it will be interesting to try it.
Got it. Absolutely. I think ChatGPT is able to sort of get the first copy or sort of iterate between different copies faster. And we can move to the next questions now. So how can ChatGPT be used to assist in the process of creating professional and comprehensive reports? Meaning, so there are reports which we utilize to showcase, say, case study for our product, or even any kind of professional report. Any kind of experience on this front using ChatGPT to create a report? Anyone wants to go first?
Yeah, I can go. So
please.
Yeah. A few weeks ago, I had to create some basic reports for our projects for some usage insights. So I knew what kind of data I had, but I didn't know how to structure the data. So I simply went to ChatGPT and asked it, what can I do with this data? And it gave very, very good ideas. So asking ChatGPT how you can write good reports is a very good idea. But also the AI can be used for data simulation. It can work with multiple sources. So you have data, for example, from Google Analytics, from any kind of in-app usage insights. And if you use AI to merge this data and analyze it in one place, it could be very, very powerful. But yeah, it was very, very funny how I asked ChatGPT what I can do with this data, and it gave brilliant ideas. So yep.
I think it's an effective way to organize content as well in a formal way. Ilya, you want to go next? If you have any experience creating reports or organizing data using ChatGPT?
Yeah, that's one is super interesting because like creating reports, this is a part of our service. So this is what we do for our clients and users, and this is what we do internally for our team. My own experience, I find ChatGPT is really powerful when we need to track some patterns. So reports are often about like some different parts of information, and we need to some common parts in this information. So or some summaries. So this is what we do for our clients. Basically, when you like push a lot of data, as the previous speaker said, like qualitative, quantitative data like into one unified workspace, this is a right place to try to understand what's happening as a trend. So when you're looking for trends in the data, I find that ChatGPT and LLMs are super powerful. And yes, so this is a long answer on your question. The short answer, yes, when you have a lot of different data and you try to find a pattern there, like ChatGPT works pretty good from my own experience.
Got it. Daniel, your take on this, if you have one?
Yeah, I share the same opinion. It's pretty good in summary to summarize articles or something and to get insights about an article or data. So you can analyze the data and ask questions and get some insights and key points out of the data.
Got it. I think any kind of organization of content into a professional manner, being it a summary or a professional report or having analysis on any industry, can be effectively done by ChatGPT based on the data it has till 2021, and you can use a plugin for data beyond that. We can move to the next question, Sneha. Yeah, I think, so summarization is one of the biggest assets of, say, ChatGPT. So summarizing YouTube videos, another media in a concise and coherent manner. So summarizing a big report to understand what it means. Analyzing data, as we mentioned. So getting the summary of a YouTube video. Yeah, any effective ways we can do that? Is there any kind of way we can ask it to do that? Any experience in summarizing? So yeah. Yeah, you can go first if you want, Ilya or anyone or Dan.
Yeah, I can go.
Yeah.
So yeah, ChatGPT is very good at summarization. Probably you should be using some models which have bigger context windows, as for example, GPT 3.5 has a smaller context limit, so you cannot pass up a big piece of information. You can use either the 16K or GPT-4. GPT-4 is much better. I think everyone is waiting for GPT-4 with the 32,000 limit, so it will be able to process very large pieces of content. I don't have that much experience, for example, with YouTube videos, as it's asking the question, but our team uses tools that are called Grain and Otter. I don't know if you're familiar with these, but they're like bots that get into your meeting, Zoom meeting, Google Meet meeting, or whatever. They record the whole meeting, then transcribe it, and then it can summarize it and give you insights. And this happens all automatically. So at the end, you can simply send your teammates a summarization of the meeting, and they can get what the meeting was about in like 2 minutes. So it's very powerful. And apart from ChatGPT, I don't have access to the cloud API yet, but I tried the web version, and it can handle up to 100,000 tokens of limit. So you can use it to summarize very large pieces of information. And I hear cloud is the best model for now for summarization, as you can pass a lot of data.
Yeah, context window in case.
Yeah.
So in case of summarization, you mentioned about a call or a Zoom meeting. So are the insights useful when they are processed by such tools? So any kind of notes they create on the meeting, are they useful in a longer term? So I don't have any experience on this.
So the models are very good at finding patterns, so they really understand which part of the meeting has been important, and they write these things down. So the reports are very good, and the notes are very decent. So these tools, I think, will be getting more and more popular.
Got it.
So yep.
Great. Ilya, you want to go next?
Yeah. I believe there are some startups or even big companies that are doing great job in summarizing content and videos from YouTube. What we used recently in the team, there are some companies that do some summaries for the popular YouTube channels, for example. So let's say they have like hundreds or thousands of videos, and this is super hard to find the proper one. So what they do, they do a short summary of every video, and then you can search for a necessary part, the part of the information you're looking for, and open the related video exactly at the time where this part or this discussion is happening. This is super useful. And so I believe there are plenty of startups that are already doing this.
Got it. Thanks for sharing those insights. Daniel, you want to take a hit on this?
Yeah, I'm using ChatGPT often for summarization of articles, to get some quotes out of the articles or some insights, but I never tried to use it for YouTube clips, but it would be interesting for learning, like tutorials. So to get the main points out of a tutorial, so you know in which part of the tutorial you could get the best learning experience.
Got it. Yeah, I think we as embed AI allow you to sort of summarize a YouTube video. So depending on the context length, and we are able to summarize a decent length of a video, and you can ask question based on that. So yeah, we can move to the next one. Yeah. So what are some of the strategies that individuals can employ to enhance and customize AI generated content or summaries? For say examples being reviews, tutorials, blogs, etc. So say we have a first version of AI content. How do you improve on that, or how do you get the version 1 or sort of from version 0 to version 1 to the final cut? So any experience on creating, say, the first version of content using AI and then sort of improving on that? Anyone want more? Ilya, you want to go first on this? So yeah.
I probably said already 2 times or so. We're not trying to create the content using ChatGPT from scratch, but this is sometimes super useful when you have already something, and the ways you can use ChatGPT to craft you already have to polish it. This is valuable, especially when you are looking for a specific tone of voice. This is important, depends on the fact the audience that are reading your content. For our own experience, sometimes we have content for big companies or for small companies, and the tone of voice can be a little bit different. And this is where ChatGPT is useful. Like, you can ask to rewrite the content that we already have, but keep in mind that we are talking to a guy from a corporation, not from a startup. This is what we do from time to time with our content.
Got it. I think using a right prompt for different use cases might be very useful for generating sort of specific content. And ChatGPT or AI does solve the blank page problem. So you have a first version cut, and then you can iterate on top of it. Daniel, if you want to
Yeah.
on this, if you have one. Yeah.
I'm also not that kind of a fan to create content from ChatGPT. And for instance, in a cook tutorial, there was a scandal about a recipe where the recipe provided some toxic ingredients. So it could be very dangerous to use the content from ChatGPT or a different AI for cooking, for instance. So you should always be aware to review the output of AI. And as Ilya said, it's the best thing to let the AI rewrite something and not to create something.
Got it. I think using a different prompt to modify the content, as well as having a way to sort of manipulate a content for different use cases, as Ilya mentioned also. Great. We can move to the next one. I think this is an extension of what we've done before. So I'll just sort of modify the question to, do you have any experience of using content which is SEO specific using AI and sort of using that to grow reach? So not using any tool for AI, but using ChatGPT for SEO. So anyone can take this, and if you have any experience on this segment. And any kind of AI generated content experience on, does it rank well on Google, and and versus a normal content from a content writer. So anyone can go first. Daniel, Ilya, or Yuval.
We have some insights internally. So what we can see, like if you're using AI to generate your content, this is sometimes okay for SEO, because you can really fast generate something that will be tracked well by Google search engine and so on. But what we can see, this is not super good for your brand, because sometimes we can see that the content, the message is the same but repeats every week. So the new form, but the message is the same. The blog can be not super useful as it was before for your readers. And once again, this is what we are trying to avoid, to generate like a lot of content or to write a lot of content like using the same message. So just changing the context. This is what we see right now from our marketing experience.
But do you use ChatGPT to have different ideas of what to post every week to the users, or is it just a rewriting of the ideas you have as a company?
We never use, as I said, AI to generate content. We always write like internally. Our team creates the content, and then ChatGPT like crafts the content. But as I said, sometimes we can see that like different blogs, like they just repeat the message, and this is what works not super good for your brand, but works okay for SEO.
Got it. You next? If you have experience in this.
So when we started building Team GPT, we used a bit ChatGPT for the SEO. It generated some very good keywords, so we got very decent SEO for a very short time. So we are quite well indexed. So it was cool. Working. We had two girls that were writing blog posts. Then ChatGPT came out, and now we don't have people who write blogs, so ChatGPT does. And then, as the other guy said, you should not trust it. We always go over it, modify it a bit, play around with it, as it might not be the best, but it saves quite a lot of time. And for keywords for SEO, it's quite good. Some interesting information I'm hearing from here and there, that Google is pushing up more forums now, where the content is 100% human, and it's deprioritizing blogs and such articles where most probably ChatGPT has the content is from ChatGPT. So definitely this will change the search engines as well.
Got it. And it was not the case previously, as a lot of sort of websites were rolling out faster and longer form articles quickly using ChatGPT, and were ranking well for various keywords. And Daniel, any insight on this topic?
As also mentioned, I think the creation of captions maybe could be a possible way to use ChatGPT to find the fitting caption of your post. And the content recycling, like you have an old post which performed really good, so you can give it to ChatGPT and let it rewrite or make a fresh twist out of it.
Got it. Sort of recycling content for different use cases, and sort of is one of the biggest use cases of sort of AI. We have some question in the chat window. Samay is asking, Canva and ChatGPT collaboration, are there any APIs built or could be built for getting more application output through ChatGPT in background? So like Canva and ChatGPT collaboration, are there any API sort of to connect ChatGPT and work with it? As of my last update, how to overcome that? The third, it has 3 points. Need to raise my skills regarding prompts to get better result. Any useful? So from what I can understand, so the question is 2 parts, which says, are there any APIs to connect with ChatGPT to get different applications to work with it? I think there is one way is plugins, and I am not sure about others. I think we'll open it up for the panel. And is there a way to sort of learn more about prompt engineering or libraries? So anyone wants to take it from the speakers? So how do you integrate ChatGPT with other applications, and how do you raise your skills for prompt engineering or prompt libraries? Basically to write better prompts.
Yeah, I can go. So if you'd like to integrate ChatGPT into your application, you can use the official API from OpenAI. So it's quite easy. It's just an endpoint. If you're even if you're not a programmer, you can make it work quite fast. It's very easy to use. TeamGPT uses the API of OpenAI. So in order to use it, you just have to provide your API key, and you can use the AI through our application. And on the second question, prompt library, these are very powerful libraries. There are quite a lot of websites that offer such libraries, some other Chrome extensions like AI PRM and others. We've also integrated prompt library inside TeamGPT, and we're also gonna create an online course for better prompting. So yeah, there's quite a lot of courses and materials on the internet, some courses on Udemy, but yeah, this is quite a new thing, and more and more materials will be coming in the next month.
Got it. Any Ilya or Daniel, if you want to add anything to this, else we'll move to the next question.
No, nothing to add.
Thanks. No.
Sure. Yeah, I think there is the official API, or you can use libraries like LangChain, etc., to set up your own application. Yeah, so how can ChatGPT effectively be utilized for collaborating and generating strategies for your business? Looking for differentiate yourself in a competitive market. So can ChatGPT be utilized for generating strategy for your business and basically to stand out in the market, which sort of is very competitive in almost all verticals as of now? Ilya, you want to go take a crack at this?
Yeah, this is a good question. Probably I won't be talking about ChatGPT only, but about artificial intelligence at all. Depends on the your company style or your company type. Like there are several, as you can see, like if you are based, let's say, very heavily on the feedback you receive from your customers, this is where AI can help a lot, because this is all information. And as we discussed like 20 minutes ago, like when you have a lot of pieces of different information, let's say user feedback or user data from your customers, from your users and prospects, you can use it. You can use artificial intelligence to summarize it, to understand the trends. And this is what can be used for the whole strategy of your company. This is not the only input, obviously, but this is super helpful if you want to try the major trends of your users' behavior and your users' pain points. So basically, yeah, this is what we try to do, what we try to help with in Toledo. This is part of our offer, and this is what we use internally. So the approach, when you listen to your customers, you get the information from them and try to convert it into some decisions. this is what can be like really fast if you use some modern technologies such as artificial intelligence. Yeah.
Got it. I think so. Any application using AI, one of the LLMs is ChatGPT, sort of GPT or others, can effectively use to sort of get the right information and context from interactions on your platform. Daniel, you want to take a crack at this?
As I also mentioned before, like in the support, you get a lot of traffic, a lot of insights from the user, and with AI you can analyze this data and just get new ideas or how to handle your strategies or what to make differently, and so you can avoid more issues or get a better workflow in your process.
Got it. Yes, you are, if you have any context related to this.
Yeah, so I think this is a very, very good use case, as I have experience with this recently. When we started shaping the product, I experimented with ChatGPT and explained what we were trying to build, and I use it as a brainstorming buddy. So I started giving ideas, what feature we can add, how we can, in which direction we can go, what kind of evidence we can search for. So I do this usually when, for example, I'm thinking about a feature or something we are going to add. It gives very, very good suggestions. For idea generation, it's very powerful, and it's also very good for scenario simulation. So you can tell ChatGPT, now we're gonna go, for example, in this way, we're going to pivot in this direction. What's gonna happen? What kind of audience is gonna, what kind of audience we're gonna reach, and stuff like this. So you can use it as a brainstorming buddy and a very narrow specialist. So it can tell you things that you didn't even think about. So I think this is a very, very good question.
Got it. So giving it some context on where you are and sort of where you want to be, it can sort of give you a direction towards that, or the strategy on how to reach that. Great. I think we can move to the next question. Yeah, so I think we all have heard a lot of talk around having a personal assistant, like a ChatGPT, like an AI assistant, say for your work, or just a buddy with you, sort of to answer questions based on you. So what do you think the future holds for us? So any sort of thoughts on this, on what would the future, would we have a coding assistant, or would there be a tech assistant, or would there be a work assistant? Yeah. Anyone wants to go first on this?
Yeah, I can start. I really like to use ChatGPT to get into new topics to learn, and it helps me to learn. It's like a learning buddy. So it would be really cool to have an AI tool, which is an interactive education tool. So it would be so the biggest benefit about it would be that the AI can be personalized, and you can learn in the way you learn. Like you have some fast learners, some learners they want to have some practical things, or just a game to learn. And I think this would be a really good future for learning. And also in a professional way, I think every professional gets a lot of emails, and I think in summarization of emails and to pick out the really important emails for you would be also a nice buddy to have.
Got it. So, assistant that knows a lot about you, and sort of how would you sort of need an information organized, or even sort of in longer term having an interaction similar to yours would be the future you're sort of referring to. Ilya, any take on this?
Yeah, I yield the floor to Yevor. I saw he muted recently.
Sure.
Yep. So this is a very hard question, as we don't know where this AI thing will go and what will be in 2 years or even 3 months. Like every day, there's so much new stuff. But I think we'll go in a direction where the AI will become more domain specific for different people. As you see, ChatGPT now is very generic. It's very good at everything, but not perfect at a specific thing. So I think models will get more specific into your use case, and they will be more like personal assistant. I can add a new term here, AI, to be assisted intelligence. So I think people will be using exactly like will be using AI just like their assistant. So I think that there will be very specific models, and each company or team will have their own AI model, which will be suitable for their use case. I also expect some multimodal integrations, which means that the models will be able to input images, video, music, or whatever. So I think we'll also go in this direction. But yeah, I see the AI going stronger in the next years. So
Got it. Domain specific model is, I think, one thing that will be very useful for different verticals. And yeah, Ilya, you want to any thoughts on this?
No, nothing to add. I mean, the other speakers, like, they covered the topic really good.
Sure. So we've come to almost the end of the session, and I think all of us have recently launched a product or have launched a product. So quick 30 seconds each on any strategies, any things, any feedback or any suggestions to anyone, any creator who's planning to launch the product on Product or any other platform. So what should be taken care of when planning a launch, and what should one expect with the launch? Yeah, anyone can go first. 30-40 seconds on each.
Yeah, probably this is super known thing, but take care about your first 3 hours when you launched, because the app votes are hidden, and this is super important to get to the top of the page during the first 3 hours. So if you have some network, please ask them to upvote your product like earlier than done. So this will help you to be kind of visible when the upvotes are open, so you can get some traction and probably potentially users with more efficiency from the product hunt.
Got it. I think initial launch push is very important for a great launch. Daniel, Eva, any thoughts on launching? Any strategies you employed which you can share with others?
Yep, I've launched once on Product Hunt, and what we did is I generated some good comments with ChatGPT and pasted them in a Google Doc, and then I shared it with all my friends and make them copy and paste the comments as they didn't have time or didn't want to take so much time commenting and stuff like this. And
Right.
I also had like 20 or 30 people that had some good streaks and other accounts, as I think this is quite important for the algorithm, having a good daily streak and kind of other account. So I think these are the most important things. But yeah, we'll be also launching soon on Product Hunt. So I have a 92-day streak on Product Hunt. So yep, hope not to lose it.
Great. I think there are some good suggestions there. Daniel, any
Yeah, I think
suggestion?
you should enhance with the Product Hunt community and in the early stage before you launch, not just days before. So you get to know the community and interact with them, like or upvote their products, and also get some LinkedIn followers. And yeah, that's my strategy.
Got it. Using third-party sort of platforms, social media like LinkedIn, Twitter is great for sort of getting distribution for Product Hunt, as well as sort of interacting with the community or reaching out to them on, say, the main platform, the community section of Product Hunt. Great. It was sort of super great learning experience for me, and sort of even for all the ones who've joined in. And yeah, we've come to the end of the session, and we've pasted the social media sort of LinkedIn profiles of all the speakers over there in the panel. If you want to reach out to them directly and learn about what they're doing or the product, or if you have any questions, you can directly reach out to them or me. And thanks, Daniel, Ilya, and Yuval for joining in. And it was great learning from you with your experience around AI, ChatGPT, and sort of in the end on launches on Product Hunt.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks everyone for joining in, and looking forward for everyone there for next session we have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Have a good day, everyone. Thank you.